8 killers, dozens of victims, 0 convictions. We are counting down history's most chilling unsolved serial murder cases, ranking them from small-town nightmares to legendary cold cases that still haunt investigators. The countdown begins in 1946 on a dark Texas road. 8th place. In 1946, on moonlit back roads outside Texarkana, terror struck without warning. 4 young people were gunned down in parked cars, ambushed by a masked figure locals called the Phantom. The killer struck between February and April, always at night, using a .32 caliber pistol. A 17-year-old girl survived a bullet wound, giving police a chilling description: deep-set eyes behind a white mask. At the scene, investigators found a spent cartridge and a single U-shaped shoe print pressed into the dirt. The manhunt swept across Texas and Arkansas with 250 officers, roadblocks, and a $10,000 reward. Yet despite a police composite, ballistic evidence, and a statewide panic, the Phantom vanished. To this day, the identity behind those midnight attacks remains a shadow in the dark. In Rochester, New York, between 1971 and 1973, 3 young girls vanished and were found murdered, each with matching first and last initials, a chilling pattern that gripped the city in fear. The victims, ages 5 to 7, were abducted from the street, assaulted, and left in rural fields. Witnesses reported a green-striped van lurking near one scene, but the vehicle was never traced. Despite a dedicated hotline and the involvement of the FBI Behavioral Science Unit, no suspect was ever linked by DNA or fiber evidence. The killer's eerie signature remains unsolved, leaving the question, who hid behind those double initials? Number 6. Along the highways of Washington, D.C. between 1971 and 1972, 6 young black women vanished from busy intersections, each later found murdered and left near freeway ramps. The killer prowled in a dark sedan, snatching victims in plain sight, then discarding them just out of reach of help. Investigators uncovered tire tracks at 3 scenes, all matching a 1970 Chevrolet Impala, and recovered a blood-stained glove beside one of the bodies. A citywide task force released composite sketches and posted a reward of $25,000, but the case stalled as resources were quietly diverted elsewhere. The family's pleas were met with silence, and the killer's trail faded under a cloud of racial neglect. To this day, the freeway Phantom's identity remains a question the city refuses to answer. Number 5. In the spring of 1919, New Orleans shuddered under the shadow of the Axeman, a figure who slipped through locked doors at night, wielding the victim's own axe. 7 people were murdered as families slept, their homes invaded with chilling precision. The killer's most infamous act was not just violence, but theater. A letter published in the Times-Picayune taunted, "They have never caught me, and they never will. I am fond of jazz music, and I swear by all the devils in the nether regions that every person shall be spared in whose house a jazz band is in full swing." That week, the city pulsed with jazz, hoping to stave off death. Police found a blood-stained axe at the scene, and a single handprint smeared on a bedroom wall, but no suspect ever matched the evidence. The Axeman vanished, leaving only the echo of jazz and the question, did he watch the city dance to his murderous tune? Number 4. In the late 1960s, Northern California was haunted by a killer who turned murder into a public spectacle. The Zodiac struck at lovers' lanes and city streets, leaving behind 7 confirmed victims and a trail of terror that stretched from Vallejo to San Francisco. But it was the killer's taunting letters, packed with cryptic ciphers like the infamous Z340 mailed in 1969, that transformed the investigation. Newspapers received hand-scrawled threats, coded puzzles, and chilling boasts that read, "I enjoy killing people. A bloody handprint on a Vallejo letter, a palm print on a Boy Scout tie, and a suspect list that ballooned into the hundreds all failed to bring a name. Despite a $100,000 reward and a multi-agency task force, the Zodiac's identity remains locked behind unsolved codes, forever taunting those left searching for answers. Coming to the top 3, the windswept dunes of Gilgo Beach conceal a modern nightmare. Between 1996 and 2010, the remains of 10 women, mostly sex workers, were discovered along Ocean Parkway. Each body was hidden in the brush within sight of the Atlantic. The victims vanished over the course of years, but their fates converged on a single stretch of shoreline, sparking a sprawling investigation. Suffolk County, the New York Police Department, and the FBI formed a joint task force, yet turf wars and shifting leadership left evidence scattered across agencies. A strand of hair and a cigarette butt yielded a DNA profile indicating European ancestry and a male, but there was no match in any database. Despite shoreline sweeps, public appeals, and the promise of forensic breakthroughs, the killer's identity remains buried in the sand. The question lingers: how does a predator leave so many bodies and still slip through the cracks of the 21st century? Number 2. In the autumn of 1888, a shadow stalked the fog-soaked alleys of Whitechapel. 5 women, Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly, were found butchered, their throats slashed and abdomens mutilated with chilling precision. The killer's knowledge of anatomy was unmistakable, organs removed, wounds carved in darkness. Then a letter arrived, labeled "From Hell," enclosing half a human kidney, addressed to Mr. Lusk of the local Vigilance Committee. Scotland Yard mobilized thousands, interrogating suspects from all walks of life, but the era's forensic tools offered little more than sketches and bloodstains. As panic gripped the city and headlines screamed for justice, the Ripper melted back into the night. The world still wonders who sent the kidney and how a killer vanished in plain sight. And finally, in first place, the mad butcher of Kingsbury Run turned Cleveland into a city of dread. Between 1935 and 1938, at least 12 bodies, some say 14, were found hacked apart, their torsos dumped along rail lines and in the muddy ravines of Kingsbury Run. Limbs were severed with surgical precision, heads were missing, and the killer left only fragments for police to piece together. Coroner notes described anatomical skill, and a rusted pair of surgical scissors surfaced at one dump site. Despite legendary lawman Elliot Ness leading raids through the city's shanty towns, the murderer slipped away. No name, no arrest, just the echo of butchered remains and the chilling certainty that the mad butcher was never brought to justice. Across all 8 cases, one truth chills the air. Some monsters simply vanish. Their trails go cold, but their shadows linger, reminding us every mystery is a door never fully closed.